Hello and welcome. This is Midday News. Thanks for joining us. Peace negotiations between the warring tribes in Wapenamanda concluded in Mount Hagen on Friday, November 14th. A final peace agreement is expected to be signed in Port Moresby on Wednesday this week. This is a result of civil unrest in August this year. Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Western End Joseph Tondop said the tribal fight between the Yakuman and Yangukim tribes that started in August has claimed the lives of more than 30 people, with properties destroyed. The fight included the closure of the highway linking the multi-million Kina Pogara gold mine. ACP Tondop said the first negotiations between leaders of the two warring tribes took place 2 weeks ago, and the second meeting on Friday, November 14th, resulted in a 4-day ceasefire that took immediate effect until Wednesday, November 19th. The peace agreement will be signed in Port Moresby this week. What could have been resolved months ago took a long time as peace negotiations were stalled due to disagreements on both sides and logistical issues. Acting ACP Tondop said the presence of increased members of security forces in Wapenamanda is imperative. Meanwhile, the fighting has stopped. However, the situation remains tense between the two warring tribes. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, with funding support from the Australian Border Force, has donated 6 sets of IT equipment and 15 sets of drug and precursor test kits to the Papua New Guinea Customs Service. These resources are designated for the passenger and cargo control program port control units in Port Moresby. The handover took place during the closing ceremony of the UNODC WCO Interpol Passenger and Cargo Control Program's Law Enforcement Assistant Program training on combating deforestation and illicit timber trafficking last month. PNG Customs Chief Commissioner David Towe expressed gratitude for the continued partnership with UNODC. He appreciates UNODC's support through ongoing capacity building, training initiatives, and now through the donation of the IT equipment and the drug test kits. In sports, the first leg of the Tomaringa Royals Rugby Union Sevens Community Policing Initiative concluded successfully on November 15, 2025 at the Tomaringa Police Barracks, Gazelle District, East New Britain Province. Kinabot Piggies of Kokopo showcased their class throughout the tournament and were crowned Ultimate Cup winners with 1,500 cash prize after defeating Tomaringa Bullets in the grand final.
Achievement wouldn't have been possible without the incredible support of the sponsors, teams, and the community. A total of 20 teams from Gazelle, Kokopo, and Rabaul districts took part in the 3-day tournament. Cup runners-up Tomaringa Bullets picked up 1,000 kina cash. Third place went to Tomaringa Royals, who got 500 kina. Kinabot Piggy's speed sensation and scoring machine Douglas Park was the player of the tournament, picking up 100 kina cash. Host Royals Rugby Union Club extended heartfelt gratitude to all sponsors for their invaluable support in making the first leg of the Tomaringa Royal Sevens tournament a remarkable success. Their commitment and generosity to come on board and support the theme Strength in Unity, Pride in Community will continue to uplift the spirit of good sportsmanship and promote unity within the community. The tournament was played under beautiful weather conditions, ensuring a joyful and competitive experience for all participating teams and supporters. The committee extended gratitude to former PNG Sevens legend Paul Joseph for officiating the games. They are now looking forward to the continued partnership and support in the upcoming legs of the series and future tournaments. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The Papua New Guinea Laos have defeated Namibia by 6 wickets in the Women's T20 Quadrangular Series in Thailand on Saturday, November 15. Namibia was bowed out for 74 in 19.4 overs, their innings never finding sustained momentum after early wickets reduced them to 2-4-0. PNG's bowling attack kept constant pressure throughout the innings. Leading the attack, Myri Tom was outstanding with figures of 2 wickets for 8 runs from 3.4 overs, supported by Isabel Tua, who also claimed 2 wickets for 12 runs in a full 4-over spell. Paul Kesiake, Dike Lohia and Henaho Thomas each contributed crucial breakthrough, restricting Namibia from building any momentum. In response, the Leopards reached 75 for 4 in 19.1 overs, competing the chase through measured batting and smart running between the wickets. The Leopards have so far won 1 match and lost 1. PNG plays Thailand today. Port Moresby's Gulf Camara were thrashed 8-1 in their debut OFC futsal outing against an experienced New Zealand's Waikato side. Port Moresby-based Gulf Camara Futsal Club is making history as the first team from Papua New Guinea to participate in the OFC Futsal Men's Champions League. It comes off as a landmark year for futsal development in PNG, with the introduction of the first domestic futsal league this year.
Seconds. Wonderful ball from Shoplin.
In their first match against Waikato, the Gulf Camara settled quickest, controlling possession through their back three and creating early pressure. Waikato's bright start was rewarded when Casey Chaplin drove into the area and squared the ball for Maxwell Eriksson, who finished first time to open the scoring. Gulf Camara FC responded with energy on the counter and created several chances, but struggled to keep the ball under pressure. Waikato continued to create clear opportunities, with Eriksson and Chaplin continuing to threaten up front, but the New Zealanders struggled to find a finishing touch. Gulf Camara's keeper Willie Gerega was busy throughout the half, pulling off a series of strong stops to keep the margin tight. Camara's best attacking moments came through quick counters led by captain Troy Dobbin and Kenneth Ara. Waikato 2 and Gulf Camara 0 was the score at half-time. The second half was a one-sided affair as Waikato's resilience proved too strong for Papua New Guinea champions, scoring 6 goals in the second half to extend their lead and close out a comprehensive victory on opening day. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
The National Rugby League has released the full 2026 Ample State of Origin schedule, which will see Australian sport's greatest rivalry return to the MCG and the first Women's State of Origin clash on the Gold Coast.
The 2026 Ample State of Origin series will kick off in Blues territory at Accor Stadium in Sydney on Wednesday, May 27, before heading to Melbourne for the second time in 3 years, with Game 2 to be held at the iconic MCG on June 17. Brisbane will be the site of the third and final showdown, with a potential series decider set for July 8 on Maroons turf at Suncorp Stadium. After another record-breaking Ample Women's State of Origin series in 2025, the 2026 edition is set to kick off on Thursday, April 30, at the home of the defending champions New South Wales Blues at McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle. The Harvey Norman Queensland Maroons will then host back-to-back home fixtures, including a blockbuster Suncorp Stadium clash and a potential series decider at Seabass Super Stadium on the Gold Coast on May 28. Terry Long with TV1 Sports.
And that ends the news update. Join us at 6 tonight for the main bulletin. Bye for now.